Here's a building that was actually framed using 4 corner posts, and you can see here that the concrete footing, the circular shaped concrete footing there, is actually right level with the dirt. That's not what you're going to want. You're going to need to raise these buildings up, and I would imagine they need to be at least 3 to 4 inches above the soil, if not 6 inches. You need to check with your local building department for more information on that. A lot of times they want them to be at least 6 inches away from the wood, needs to be 6 inches away from the soil. So keep that in mind if you're going to design something like this, because if they're this low, eventually you're going to have debris building up or even dirt. Looks like someone built a ramp here or put a piece of plywood down, and there's dirt touching the wood. We all know what happens when this dirt gets wet. It starts to rot the wood. Now, another problem you're probably thinking about is, what about the gap there? There's plenty of room for an animal or something to get in there and make a nice home. Well, you could always cover that up with bricks, blocks, something, even another board. You could use something. You could attach a board to the building and then check the board every once in a while to make sure it's not rotting, and just remove the board and replace it every once in a while if it does start to rot. So there are a few options here, but you really, when you do something like this, the main thing is to keep the dirt away from the wood structure, the wood framing. And one of the only ways you're going to be able to accomplish that task will be to actually have the building sitting up high enough, or use a different method of construction to keep the dirt. I mean, remember, you need to keep this in mind. Soil, if you leave it, let's just say you left it about 4 inches, you built it to where the wood was 4 inches away from the soil. Eventually, if you're not maintaining the area and you have enough leaves, or you have a wind, the wind that blows up leaves and debris up against the building on a regular basis, eventually you are going to have a higher level of soil as leaves and other organic materials start to decompose, adding to the problem. Remember, I don't have a solution for every problem, but I can tell you that something like this is going to be a bigger problem in the future. Now remember, this was the picture of a small shed. So if there's a problem with it, I'm sure they just tear it down and build another one. But if that's not what you want to do, you need to really put a lot more thought, not just a little. You need to put a lot more thought into the construction and the design of anything you're going to build in the future. Otherwise, you could end up with problems like these, to where in a short period of time you're replacing large sections or even the entire structure.